Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise.
You skipped ahead.
We got a copyright claim.
We got a
last time.
copyright claim. So
That's
it's
a true
remix.
story. We got a copyright claim for
remix
doing that whole
of
thing
the
for
song.
45 seconds last time. Anywho, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. I'm excited. I love this franchise, and I love me some Tommy Cruise. We are the gold standard. So leave a like if you can. That would be very much appreciated. Subscribe, click the notification bell, because we got a lot coming up starting at the end of this week. Oh boy, so much coming your way. Guys, let's get into this.
Whoa.
Nice.
Like a James Bond theme song.
Days of fighting for the so-called greater good are over.
Hey, he's back.
This is our chance to control the truth, the concepts of right and wrong
Hayley.
for centuries to come. You're fighting to save an ideal that doesn't exist.
Eye patch.
Never did.
Whoa.
You need to pick a side.
Oh my god, it's mirroring the first movie. The Mummy.
Yeah, I know. I kept thinking that throughout this. Ooh. This is the magic hour Mission Impossible. Shea Wiggum. Oh. Yes. Yes.
Tom Cruise running.
I think they actually destroyed that bridge.
No. Tommy.
Wow.
Booyah.
Wow.
Sexy.
And then Tom just hits right into the ground.
Yeah, it's like the scene from the other guys when they jump off the rooftop.
That's the only way for Ethan Hunt to go out is in a blaze of an
Who's been promoting Top Gun this week?
It's just a CG model who got him scanned in.
That's insane. My nipples got so chilly so early on. God, that last stunt is crazy. He's supposed to go into a parachute, right? He doesn't just
You would think. He's
like
probably
superhero landing.
Yeah. He's gonna have one of those Batman flight suits.
There's a surprising amount of callbacks to the first movie in this one. I mean, not only do you have... What's that actor's name?
Henry Cherney.
Oh, wow, you just whipped that one out. Having him back there and a sit down and conversation across him. That's the scene in the first movie when he puts the gum on the mirror and on the water tank. That back then was a big Tom Cruise stunt. Well, like, oh my god, that's insane. And now it's like nothing for Tom Cruise. Yeah. Calling back to that scene, even at one point with the key with Hayley Atwell, it's like a magic reveal.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't recall him doing that in any of the other movies but the first one.
Yeah, well, and fighting on top of the train.
On top of the
tunnel,
train,
and
too, yeah.
totally.
It's very much reminiscent of the first movie, which is often, I think that one is kind of an under-recognized one in this franchise. Because that one's not much action. It's mainly just, espionage, dialogue-driven, where, it's become much more of an action franchise. So it's cool to see it, really embodying those things. Christopher McQuarrie is a hell of a writer. So to see it going back to a little bit more of those, and I think you got to have a more intense, expansive story, especially if you are making this a two-parter. I don't know if part 8's going to be called Dead Reckoning 2, but this is essentially a part 1 to the last two ones in this franchise. But it looks along the lines of what I've been loving about the Mission Impossible franchise since McQuarrie took over, keeping the action very vital and very intense, but also keeping it dark. The ensemble's so big. It's so big now.
Yeah.
It's like morphed into a show again.
I
Where the
know.
first one was, we're getting rid of all the cast.
Yes, and we're just gonna zero in on a few people.
Yeah, and this one has a big ensemble again. It got like everyone: Vanessa, Kirby, Rebecca Ferguson, straight out of Metal Gear Solid.
Yes, absolutely. Hayley, and you got Benji, and you got Luther,
Yeah.
Hayley Atwell for sure.
Is Michelle Monaghan going to be coming back?
I hope so. They're gonna have to go and bother
Yes.
her again,
Yeah.
saving the world, doing her philanthropic work.
I thought like he would eventually end up with Rebecca Ferguson, but it looks like a lot of the romantic chemistry is going to be coming in the form of Hayley Atwell. Who do you choose, Tom?
I know. You got some of the best, both action-oriented and acting-oriented leading ladies to choose from. They should be the polyamorous Ethan Hunt. That's what we should get.
You also have your wife, who I'm sure is still very much worried about you at all times.
She's around. I hope that the very last movie comes all the way back there. We gotta save your old wife.
No Jeremy Renner?
Well, they gotta find a way. Maybe they'll surprise us. Maybe he'll step in when you least expect it or something.
And one of our loyal subscribers, Raghu, who I know is here in the comments right now, he mentioned that there were vibes of this trailer that gave a Lawrence of Arabia vibe.
That's the Mummy.
Not gonna work for me, no, man. No, that's the end of the Mummy right there.
This is the continuation of that franchise as well.
Yeah.
Nick arcs into Ethan Hunt.
Remember Nick?
That's right, man.
That's your favorite Mummy now.
This is the definitive Mummy as far as I'm concerned.
And he did say that Klementieff was in this movie as well, and I think that's who the one Asian girl fighting who as an assassin is.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yes,
yeah, with that bleached blonde hairdo.
And this one, they all get kind of political, but this one seems to be the most overtly political, at least in the marketing for Mission Impossible. The movies tend to have some type of, no one's a big takeaway of Mission Impossible tends to be the political aspects of it, so I don't hear people bitch about it. But here, they seem to really lean heavily on it, because they're talking about like controlling the ideals, and I did get Metal Gear Solid vibes, honestly, in a lot of this. So it seems to me, at least, they're on the brink of like some type of big ass war breaking out.
Well, yeah, or just like worldwide unrest, and I get the sense, to make it very modern, it's probably some kind of MacGuffin or world-ending stakes scenario that has something to do with information and the distribution thereof, which
They're
is
fighting Fox News and CNBC
exactly.
in this movie.
They're fighting QAnon and everybody else. But kind of, I mean, I'm sure they'll make some kind of grand sci-fi MacGuffin out of all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's very relevant to the now, and I feel like the further we get through these movies, you have biological warfare, you have geopolitical tensions, you have ecological things, and James, even if you look at James Bond movies, they often derive their big bads from those things too. But
There's a Bond flair to it.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure that comes from the intermingling of both franchises influencing each other as they move forward.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, there is something that looks, while incredibly action-packed as per the earmarks of Mission Impossible, like it will also have more of that James Bond. Not to even slight the previous Mission Impossibles, though, because they can get pretty intricate in terms of the plotting they want you to follow.
Yeah.
But yeah, this definitely had some of that elegance, and I think the choice to do most of the trailer set to music and really choose when to use sound effects and when to use dialogue helps to enhance that level of elegance almost, even though everything you're seeing is so rough and tumble.
But I thought this trailer was great. I mean, that final stunt, though, looks crazy, but I feel like there's probably something even bigger in store.
Yeah, well, and it looks like it's a good, as much as we've talked about it harkening back to the first film, it definitely does, but it seems like, too, they are bringing the entire history, and all the different
Where are the
landscapes
doves?
and places. Yeah, where are the doves? And the dueling motorcycles? We might get a knife very close to an eye, because my prediction would be that Rebecca Ferguson has to lose that eye in the knife fight.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Never forget.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Only use guns from now on.
All right, people. Well, what'd you think? Leave your thoughts down below. We watched Top Gun Maverick this week as well. A lot of Tom Cruise.
A lot of Tom.
And Obi-Wan and Stranger Things. Yeah!